Oh, hello there. It's springtime, and so once again, I'm interested in looking for some trips. So I'm going to go on that website. What's that website we hear about in commercials? That gray-haired guy. Oh yeah, Travago. Hmm. Something in the south of France would be like just what the doctor ordered. Hmm. Actually, on second thought, maybe not. Okay, who's that other guy? Captain Dipshit? Captain Oblivious? What website is that again? Oh, here we go. How about something in the Mayan Riviera? Hmm. Well, gonna have to crunch some numbers here. Forget it, man. This is not happening. Not this year, anyway. Okay, so I'm going to take a page from my friend Keegan's book, and he suggested that if you don't have the funds to go on an actual trip, to just take a trip using Google Map. Now, I think I'm going to save the French Riviera for my own eyes in person. But I don't mind going back in time and sort of revisiting some old trips. So I'm going to try to recapture the first time I went to London back in 1994. And one of the funnest places in London is Piccadilly Circus. And I think right now I'm getting close to the subway stop of Piccadilly Circus. I think that's the sign for the underground there. Just want to be careful here. So over here is Ripley's Believe It or Not. A lot of fun stuff to do. Um, Now I have to watch out really carefully because I think there's buses sort of in the way of what I want to look at here. So over here, there's a sign for cinema. So here's what happened. I was in London. It's 1994, and there's all kinds of sights to see. But one of the first things I did was I went to a theater near Piccadilly Circus, which I think is here or here, and I watched some Russ Meyer movies. Yeah, that Russ Meyer. Anyway, it was a double feature bill. Double feature movie. It had Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill, and Harry, Cherry, and Raquel. And I know it might sound ridiculous to go all the way to London, England, to watch some stupid softcore movies, but you have to remember this is '94. This is essentially before the internet, before downloads, before torrents. And I was from a small town, so my way of thinking was that this is probably the only time in my life I was ever going to see a Russ Myers movie. And now, at a few clicks of a button, I could see a Russ Myers movie, but I could not have foreseen that 23 years ago. So now I want to take a closer look here. So yeah, that does say Central Cinema, and that looks kind of modern. The one I went to seemed to be run down, and you'll see over here it says Cinema Cafe. So I think maybe some of the cinema was turned into a cafe. But anyway, let's continue down, and we should start seeing Piccadilly Circus, I think. Okay, so I had a little mishap here. I was had to shorten the last little segment of this video. I got close to Piccadilly Circus, and I ended up zooming out because I was too close to the main display over here. And yeah, I ended up exiting Google. So I was trying to do all this stuff kind of real time. But anyway, so for those of you that don't know, Piccadilly is to London as Times Square is to New York City. And this thing over here, it's all illuminated. The advertisements change. You actually probably get a better look from this angle here. Whoa. Yeah. Or not. I'll try to get back in there. This is the main area of the square. Now I just have to kind of re-navigate. Hopefully we get a good view of it again. Are we in there or? Yes, okay, right here. It's weird without real, like when you're there, you have pure peripheral vision, so you can see everything. But over here, you notice with these old European cities, it's not like grid. It's almost like there's about 8 different intersections here, and are anywhere from 6 to 8, like in the same area. So it's sort of hard to get your bearings. So yeah, over here is the main display there at Piccadilly Circus. I remember when I was there, one of the more common displays that happened, I think they were displaying HMV a lot and Foster's beer of all things. And somewhere down in these roads, sort of leading around this area, you can get into Soho. Okay, so I had to cheat a bit. I entered in Red Lion, Soho. So basically, this now is I went to the same area of London again in 2001. The first time was 1994, and I remember in the early 2000s I was reading a lot of Mordecai Richler, and one of his books called Cockshire is set in London because he used to live in London until the 1970s, I think, and one of the places, like he was name dropping all kinds of places, like in Soho, and the one place that his character seemed to always go to was the Red Lion in Soho. So I think that's going to be coming up here on your right. So yes, here's the Red Lion here. You can see the name of the store right there. And so me and one of my friends, basically as we're walking by, I said, "Holy cow!" I go, "This is the Red Lion in Soho, just like in the Mordecai Richler books." I go, "I have no idea if the food is good here, if the beer is good here." I go, "But if you don't mind, I have to eat here just sort of to say that I did." And so I did, and yeah, things were decent enough. And then we ventured out of that, and I think, did we head left or right? Yeah, I think we kind of went straight. And then at the time, I seem to remember there being a lot of porn shops and stuff. To see if we can see any of that. But as things become sort of more commercial and gentrified, it's like a lot of that kind of disappears, I guess. I want to look in this corner here too, because I remember there's a really high old building in the area, but I don't know what's on this corner. All this stuff seems modern. And then this comes out to the main stuff. So I think we were actually probably deeper into Soho, and I'm never going to recognize the building. But anyway, let's try to get back in there. That's a pizza place. Five Guys. London's just getting way too commercial. Anyway, here's the deal. What happened when I was in Soho, just a sort of a stone throw away from the Red Lion pub, me and my friend got dragged into this one place. There was like this beautiful French woman that says, "Come in, come in, come over here." And we suspected it was some kind of strip club. So we go inside, and then she hands us this menu, and we don't read this menu because we just finished eating lunch, of course, at the Red Lion. And basically, she goes, "Oh, I hope you don't mind if I act as your hostess. I'll be your guide and all that stuff," which sort of sounded like a great thing, and we didn't mind. And then so she started to introduce us to all the dancers, I guess, for lack of a better word. And then after the third or fourth dancer, she goes, "Okay, you agreed to my services as hostess. So now you must pay before anything proceeds." And we go, "What?" And I guess technically she had given me the menu, and inside the menu, in addition to the food prices, there was the price for the hostess service. And I didn't read the menu because, again, we just ate lunch and we were just sort of, I don't know, wondering what the heck was going on. But anyway, long story short, this hostess fee was something like, I think, 200 to 300 English pounds. And the exchange rate against the Canadian dollar was somewhere between 2.2 to 2.4. So it ended up being like $500 for us to get out of there. And so that was like an important lesson.